Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Happy Thursday. Last Thursday of October. Hard to believe it's already coming to an end, huh? Anyway, welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. I'm just getting the flight plan put together here on in the for Nightbot for the command route. It's just a very quick, not a lot to today's flight. There we go. All right, there it is. So anyway, yeah, I know yesterday I put in that I was going to fly the Cessna 172. However, yesterday evening I was kind of messing around. I was working on some more flights for the Junkers 52 flight across America, around America. And I forgot I have not flown the Junkers F13, which was a plane that came out, I believe, well before the Junkers 52 was a thing. So we're flying the replica model, and so this one is very similar in some ways to the retrofit on the Junkers 52. It's got a couple of avionics screens, but I kind of tinkered with it last night to see how it goes, and I think we'll have a good flight today. It says about an hour and a half, 108 nautical miles. I think we'll get there a little bit quicker. We're gonna have clear skies today. We'll change the time once we spawn in near the departure runway of 18 right there at Tulsa International. And so yeah, that's what we got going on today. I will post, of course, the link to the historical website there. So we're staying in Oklahoma today. I think we got one more. I think next week, or won't be next week, but in a couple weeks we're going to do a. I got a flight from Oklahoma City here, Will Rogers World Airport. And we're going to go over to Texas, I believe. So that one's going to be a bit longer in like 2 Thursdays from now. Next Thursday, the 3rd, I will not be streaming. I was going to try to do a later stream, but it's just not going to work. By the time I get home, have lunch and everything, it's just so nah. We're not going to do one on the 3rd. So you get 2 streams next. Actually, you get 3. You get Mondays, which is our flight from Frankfurt over into Romania for Halloween Day. We're going from Frankfurt to the airport closest to Transylvania, near where Castle Dracul is. And then a flight on Wednesday in the Junkers 52, a flight on Friday, I think in the Cessna 208B coming up, and then we'll kind of get back into things the following week. Also, another programming note tonight, I will be on the farm with my good friend Mick across the pond. So if you've not followed him, or you just want to see us have a good time and have a laugh, do check him out tonight. Oh. Here's his, that should be his Twitch. There you go. So yeah, we'll be going live, I think, about 2-ish Eastern. So about 7 o'clock UK time. So yeah, do join us for that. It should be a lot of fun. I know him and I are going to be there. Chris has said he might join. Who knows? Maybe, possibly. Of course, we'll hear from Addies that if he had FS22, he would be happy to help out. If I had a 10 or 20 pound note for every time Addies has said that in an FS22 stream, I might be a rich person. Anyway, let's see what else. Oh, so here's the route. Hello, Joseph. Route. Server. There we go. So yeah, we'll get started here in a minute. We'll advance the time so that we have some sunlight to fly by. Really looking forward to this plane. It should be pretty fun. There is a gyro pilot system, which I'm not keen on using. I think, yeah, I know, Joseph. See, here's another 20 pounds in my bank account for Joseph saying that. Joseph, yes, we're well aware that if you had the game, you'd be happy to help out. We are well aware of that. Quite well aware. Every time we're on there, you say that. Anyways, so yeah, this should be a pretty fun plane to fly. It's not going to be very fast, which is fine. It's probably going to be a bit wonky climbing out. We don't have to really, when we climb out, we'll come out this way a little bit, and then we'll make a slight adjustment towards our VOR DME, or is it it's just a DME. I'm sorry, to the DME right there, and then we'll make another turn here and head towards Oklahoma City, and we're gonna come in on runway 13. So we'll probably pass over, circle around. Now, yeah, okay, Joseph, that's fine. So anyway, we're gonna come over. We're gonna line up. Now, this plane doesn't have flaps to help slow it down. So, this is gonna be the first time I'm landing this plane. So I don't know what to expect. It's gonna be a bit. So if we have to go around, we will. I'll put more than enough fuel in. So if we have to go around a couple times before we can actually land, just to get a better feel for it, it's perfectly fine. It's not a big deal. But yeah, there's no flaps on this plane. So, but we'll see how it goes. So, but I'm imagining it's going to be a very flat approach, kind of like with the Junkers 52. We're just going to have to play with the throttle a little bit. The A button here on the controller to try to come in on, try to keep our speed up so we don't stall. But also, we don't want to be coming in too fast either. So it's going to be might be a bit of hit and miss here once we're underway. Or once we're lining up for our approach there on runway 13. And I think that about covers it. So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we got going on. Yeah. So wait a few more minutes, see if anybody wants to, is going to want to join in if they want. If not, it's perfectly fine. If you want to fly, you're able, and you want to, you're more than welcome to join in. Oh, speaking of which, hold on, let me get a sip of coffee here. Collect my thoughts. For those of you who did not see in the Discord, I was thinking about this yesterday. If, fingers crossed, that everything does happen on the 11th of November. Sim Update 11 gets released and the 40th anniversary stuff gets released. Fingers crossed, toes crossed, everything crossed that happens. We're going to take the DC-3. There's a military version, the C-47, I believe it is. We're going to do a flight from Bournemouth over to, I don't know where, in Normandy. But we're going to fly that on the 11th because it's going to be Remembrance Day in the UK and it's Veterans Day here in the United States. So we're going to do that. If anybody gets the DC-3, wants to fly that day with us, I don't know what time the sim update's going to get released and all that. It may be in the morning, it may be in the evening. It's anybody's guess. So if it gets released, because I'm hoping here very soon we'll know, in another week or so we'll get that validation that yes, it is happening on the 11th. Otherwise, my fear is on the 10th we're going to get told on the 10th that everything's been delayed until another week or two. So Anyway, if that doesn't happen, we'll figure out something else. But that's my wish. So if everything goes according to plan, you get the DC-3, you want to fly with me that day, more than welcome to. Or if you want to fly a fighter escort, whatever. The more the merrier, for Veterans Day / Remembrance Day. So yeah. Uh, so yeah, that's what we're gonna do on the 11th. Um, if all goes according to plan. Now, if we don't get the DC-3, we just may do a Memorial Day flight or Veterans Day flight anyway. We'll still keep the same thing, I guess. It's just we won't have the aircraft that I was hoping that we could use. But anyway, all right, let me go ahead and spawn in here and get finish getting things set up, and we'll be in the air momentarily. And as always, if I'm talking and you want to know what server, it's the same as most every other streamer I know that does Microsoft Flight Simulator. ! server and ! root for the route today. All right, let me see. Last time it changed the time automatically for me. Ooh, that didn't sound good. All right, hold on a second. Let me change the time so you can actually see this aircraft, because that's not going to be a good. There we go. All right. So here, this is what we got. Let me put the map on here. Hold on a second. All right, there we go. There's that. Make sure the tail wheel is locked before we take off. Let's add a little bit of, put some fuel in. Uh, 85% should be more than enough. We'll put a few passengers in here. Just the weight. It doesn't show the passengers. We're just going to put the weight. Back there. And just put 100 pounds of luggage in there. There we go. All right, perfect. Now I'm going to kind of show. Yes, Joseph. I've shown it before. You probably were not in the stream. I don't know. It is new. That's why I'm flying it today. So let me get to the explanation. Okay, let me show it off. Calm down, Addies. It's goodness. So now here's the cool. So there's only 4 seats in the back, right? And then there's I don't know where the luggage goes. I don't know if the luggage is underneath the seats or if there's a luggage compartment in the back there. I'm not 100% sure, because I don't think I've seen a luggage sort of extra door or whatever. The flight deck here, you'll notice it is open, right? There's no window covering all the way around. Morning, Bex. Yeah, I know. Jeez Louise. So the what do you call it? So it's open, so you only have this like little windscreen right there, right? That's it. That's all you have to protect the flight crew there. So yeah, no flaps or anything. So slowing down for an approach, we're gonna see how we do with that. It's gonna be, but I think it's gonna not be too bad because it's a low wing design, so it shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. But anyway, let's get a picture here before we skedaddle. Yeah, nice to see you, Bex. Hope you're well. Good stuff on the science last night. Really enjoyed that. It was a good time. So let me get a picture here real quick. Now, for some reason, when I was getting this together today, I've good. I thought because it was the F-13, I thought it was a Fokker, and I'm like, wait a second, it's not a Fokker, it's a Junkers. Anyway, all right. I think we're all set. Otherwise, let's go ahead and is the parking brake on? I think it is. All right. Let's go ahead and get going here. And just like the Junkers 52, watch. I'm not going to even pull back on the stick. Look at that. We're already airborne. Very short takeoff. Look at that. I like it. It's Junkers, not Junkers. So we're just going to go this way just a bit. My altimeter's set already. Go ahead and start turning here to the right. Pitch up our track. We're on our way. Now this thing, yeah, I gotta get it. I'm getting a little worried that we're gonna stall out here because we're climbing very fast. We don't want to do that. But yeah, this is the somewhat modernized flight deck. Here. All right. We are on our way to Oklahoma City. Will Rogers World Airport. Let me put in the link here once I turn a little bit more. All right, there we go. Hey, Spider. That's just the design of it. Yeah. For no other reason other than that's just how it was made. So I'm going to put this in. If you want to look at some more information about Route 66. I think this was one of the... Yeah, Skip, it was one of the local legends, I think, or something. It came out when something else was released, and I don't remember what it was. I'm trying to think when it was released. It came out with something. I just don't remember what. But yeah, it's just, this is the design. It preceded the Junkers 52 by, I don't remember by how many years, but this was one of their early aircraft. So I don't think it was meant for very long or very high altitude flying, as it's, there's not a lot of there's not a lot to protect the air crew. I'm sure that there was probably some sense of they were probably bundled up. Morning, Infidel Fireman, how are you? They probably wore very heavy leather jackets, covered their faces as much as possible if But yeah, I can't imagine they got very high up in altitude, because otherwise the aircrew would certainly probably be very chilly. So, still climbing. I'm trying to get this thing to settle down. I don't want to get too much higher. But yeah, I was, like I said, I was kind of just tinkering around last night, and I was like, we've not been on this aircraft yet. We've not flown it. I think I've shown it off. Yeah, it is. I've shown it off before, but I just kind of did a quick cursory, hey, this is what we're going to be flying in at some point. And then when I was putting last night's flights, kind of just getting some stuff set for the Junkers 52 tour, I was like, I was looking at this, I'm like, I don't think I've flown in this before on a stream. So I was like, oh, so yeah. So here we are, flying over America in another Junkers. So that's what it looks like there. So no flaps at all. Still part of the pre-flap era, I guess you could say. So this is going to be a bit of a challenge, because I've not landed this plane, so I don't know how it's going to react coming in on final approach. And trying to slow it down. I know we're probably going to have to be kind of flat coming in. We're just going to have to kind of tinker with the watch the throttle and the speed so we don't stall while we're coming in on approach. Wow, this thing is really climbing still, and I cannot get it to... I want it to kind of settle down here. So we're running parallel to the line there, going towards our DME there in the distance, coming up. I think if I... Yeah, this is kind of strange. So you can't really get... I have to kind of do this number here. And I get worried because sometimes that means the plane starts to go all kinds of wonky. Flight plan, that's what I want to see. There we go. Alright, perfect. There we go. So now I can kind of keep an eye on that. Just that I don't get the... can't get too close. Well, I don't know, Bex. I would... Well, because... The other model, this is the kind of like the retrofit model, right? It's got the little digital display there and one up here, right? The other one doesn't have nearly as many gauges and all that kind of stuff. It's very, very basic. So there's not even a place for like a radio. There's no radio in there. Not that I could find to tune anything, which I find kind of interesting that would be the case. But anyway, so back then, yes, you had to have fairly good weather. You had to be able to see because there was no. It probably predated radio navigating. That's why. Yes, it does have anti-icing, right? Yeah, that one right there. But as far as when it would fly, yeah, I would think you would have to have maybe just a few clouds. If it was really overcast, they wouldn't be able to fly. So there is now that's on here. I don't know. I kind of looked between the two. I think there is some kind of anti-icing on the other one, but I'm not 100% sure. It may not even be very effective, to be honest. So I'm just putting it on because I have the engine failure stuff on. So, or like there's Spider in the Junkers 52. So yeah, I'm guessing they had to have they had to have fairly decent weather in order to fly. I'm almost certain of that. Just like in the Junkers 52 or the Fokker F-7B, all those planes had to have fairly decent visual, being able to see, because that's the only way they could validate where they were. They could look out and say, okay, I see this body of water, and I look over on the other side, maybe I see some low hills or whatever, and then the navigator would be able to say, yep, I know where we are. We're at this point in the flight, this is how much farther we got to go, henceforth and forthwith and expeditiously. So, yeah, that's the, so yeah, you can't, it's interesting because I can kind of see the dials. I'm just trying to make sure stuff stays in the green. So the manifold pressure looks like it's in the green. Although it looks like it's in the low end of the green. So there's no, it's a fixed prop, so there's no, like, I don't think there's a way to manage the prop speed at all for the RPMs. So yeah, not a, so this is, oh, it says the gyro's on. Huh, interesting. I don't think I toggled the gyro on for the flight, but I guess maybe it was automatically on. I don't know. Huh. Not sure. But yeah, very classic yoke design. Not a lot of. In the other one, there's not a lot of bells and whistles, so to speak, as people like to say. Oh yeah, we're getting off track here. So yeah, thank you all for coming in today. Really greatly appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow in the G44A. We're going to take off from land and land on water. Shouldn't be too much of a long flight. Should be some fun tomorrow. No flight Saturday, Sunday. We will be in the V-35 Bravo, departing from MacArthur, Long Island, and heading up to Boston. So Amityville, Long Island, where the Amityville Horror story came from. We're going up to Boston Logan, which is the closest airport to Salem, Massachusetts, where the Salem witch trials took place. Joseph. Well, thank you for your welcome. I'm like, you're welcome. I'm like, what did I just say? Oh, Addies. Boy, this thing is still climbing. I cannot. Look at it, we're almost at 7,500 feet. I gotta get some more anti-icing on. I don't want the engine to freeze up. Because you never know what this thing. I think Mick is either lurking or he's... Language with aircraft magnetic hit. Much closer than I need to be. We're spidering the Junkers 52. So yeah, even on the on the retro model, so to speak, there's not a lot of bells and whistles even on this version. But I think they did a pretty good job. Not a lot of other stuff to tinker with, I don't think. Yeah. So... we have... Wait a minute, that cannot be right. Okay, so that's not moving. That's not updating time. Or the distance. Still saying 14.5 nautical miles. Okay, let's go back here. Is that moving? Does not appear to be. Uh-oh, we may have a problem here then. Yep, okay. Well, we definitely have a problem now. We should have covered that distance already. Well, that's interesting. Well, now we know that there's an issue. So this is not updating at all. Yeah, well, unless we're just traveling that slow. But I can't believe we're traveling that slow. Alright, let's see here. Oh, I see what it did. Okay. it's doing that same thing where where it, instead of directing us here, it put us on a different path. So we're just heading straight for Oklahoma. Yeah. So that's what's happening. Is we're already on our way to Oklahoma City. It did not route me down to here. That's why that distance hasn't changed at all. Because it's over there to our left, to the port side. So that's what's happening. Okay. Well, that makes things a little bit more understandable now. Okay. That seems to be a problem in some cases with that's about 10 knots. Okay. So we're just going to fly straight to the city, Oklahoma City. Yeah, I was like, why didn't we should have intercepted by now? Wow, see, it's still climbing. Oh, I know why, because when I touch it, see, that seems to be another issue altogether. Okay, now it wants to, if I really throttle back, it's about here. Now we should start losing altitude. Anyway, all right. Well, that good old flight plans. Some of this stuff, it never goes according to plan. And see, I think the flight model on this might be a bit wonky too, because now look at the manifold pressure here. We're well below the required manifold pressure by going to the point where we are on the throttle. So yeah, it's a bit it's strange. All right, sorry folks, I'm not trying to ignore the chat. I'm just trying to figure out why things are happening the way they're happening. Well, at least we know that it's not a perfect model. It's got its issues, obviously. So they probably need to redo the manifold pressure numbers. Unless that's about where they're supposed to be, I don't know. Oh, thank you, Joseph. All right. Well, that's at least we know now what the deal is. I guess we'll just have to keep heading on towards Oklahoma City there. So I'm guessing this must be somewhat padded here, this leather-ish looking edge here. Not that I would think it would do much protection if you crash landed. Oh, and then this little window opens. I think the door is open as well. Maybe not. When we're on the ground, we'll see if we can open the doors. I don't think they do. I did. Yeah, I've come back on the mixture. And come back more, but still, it's like it's. See, the way it's acting, it seems like there would be a prop speed adjuster. You know, like you could feather the prop. But in this case, there isn't. They're still saying, even on this retrofit, you know, like on the retrofit Junkers 52, you can adjust the prop speed. On the original, it's a fixed prop speed. So I was looking because I thought maybe there was a prop. You know, you could adjust the prop speed, but there's not. So that's the only. I think that's part of the problem. That'd be my guess. So it's kind of, in a way, it seemed, because I think this was made by Orbix. I think. I could be wrong. I don't know who made this, but it's given me similar vibes to the Fokker F7B. You know, like the flight model is just not where it possibly could be. It's, you know, it's got its own little quirks, and you just don't know when it's going to hit you, that the quirks are going to cause you all kinds of grief. So, yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it doesn't feel like it's where it should be. But I could be wrong. And part of it too is because I don't have you know, I'm just on the standard controller. There might be something that I'm not doing that I should be. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Well, I wasn't really wanting to get up to about 8,000 or just over 8,000 feet, so oh well. Because I'm looking at looking at this right here, it seems to me, in order for it to be to have decent RPMs without blowing up the engine, we were supposed to be right in that range right here, because there's green and then there's this. It goes from green to yellow, so it's like, if you go too far to this, then you're going to blow the engine. You're going to put too much stress on it. Kansas City. Well, Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a strange strange situation. You know, I feel like this is an Orbix creation, but I might be wrong. I forget who developed this in conjunction with Asobo or Microsoft. Uh, but it can't. When did it come out? I think when they did another update to Germany or something like that. I think that's when it was released. It's been a few months. I know that. I don't remember if it was supposed to be like a local legends or if it was something else. If it just came to the marketplace in general. But so on here, I was looking at it. There are frequencies, but I don't know how you could dial in a frequency for like a VOR or anything like that. Like there's nothing. I think there's, well, maybe, is there a little, there's not even a little knob over here to do anything. There's just a power button, and that's about it. So, I would expect, possibly, maybe, I would, that there would be some kind of an update to this aircraft. There would have to be, because otherwise it's just not the replica or slash retrofit, whatever you want to call it, model is not as usable as the Junkers 52 retrofit is. So yeah, I don't know, something's just not right with this. So okay, well, we'll just continue on and get to Oklahoma City and we'll put it on the ground, hopefully. I've not landed it, so I don't really know what to expect other than chaos and probably a crash. So yeah, well, at least we flew it. We know that it's not near probably where it should be. Unless, like I said, unless there's something I'm doing that wrong, possibly, I don't know. It's hard to say. There's just not a lot of buttons or anything else to try that would give us an indication of what's happening and why. Yeah, exactly, Bex. It should be. We'll see. It may be fine. It's just that, you know, what I probably should have done is taken off and landed somewhere just to get a feel for it. But sometimes it's better to make the mistakes in a stream. That way, if anybody else wants to fly this aircraft, they kind of know what to expect, or if they're like, yeah, no, I'll steer clear of it. So anyway. What I may do today, because I already got the stuff written down, I just probably will add to the schedule. Since we're already going into Monday, I'll just put on Wednesdays and Fridays flight on the Discord. Just update the schedule for the week. And I know things are going to start to slow down here. People are going to get busier with the holiday season coming up. You know, especially going in November here in the States, it'll be Thanksgiving. People will be with their families and stuff. So we'll still stream if people can watch and or whatever. If they can, it's perfectly fine. If not, it's perfectly fine as well. So. It's vitamins. Ugh. All right, there we go. Ooh. Too far to the right here. So yeah, looking forward to tonight with Mick on the farm. Should be a good time. So I put his link, I'll put it in again for those of you who might be joining who missed this. So that's his Twitch channel. So we'll be on there, I think about 7 or so UK time, about 2-ish or so Eastern Standard Time. So if you just want to chill and watch some farming shenanigans, more than welcome to. Usually have a good laugh. So, usually. I'd say 90% of the time we have a good laugh. So yeah, do check that out. Got a lot to do on the farm. Addies doesn't like that I work hard though. He gives me grief when as soon as I pop in, I'm already in the harvester and I'm gone. I'm getting stuff done. Slow down. Wait. Why you gotta be working so hard? He doesn't like that. He wants me to lollygag. That's what it is. I think he wants me to lollygag on Mick's farm. He wants to hear Mick give me the what for on the stream for being lazy. I don't. You know, Mick's only got so much time. We got to get in there and get stuff done. You know, he's only got so much time in the evening. You know, and he's got to go to bed, and he's got other things he wants to do before he goes to bed. Whatever. You know, try to respect his time that he has. We got to get stuff done. Alright, we're just plodding along here to our Oklahoma City. Oops. No, it's not making any difference here. Alright, let's put the map on. I think that's the map. You know, one of the other things I was thinking about when I posted the other day in the Discord about the Veterans Day flight, I don't really know what sort of setup the DC-3/C-47 is going to be, as far as, I don't think it's going to have any kind of a, I'd be surprised if it has some kind of a radio navigation system in it. Where I could dial in like a VOR or something like that. But we'll see. I don't know what to expect. Tempted to buy. Oh, yeah. I don't know what to tell you about that, since I've only seen only a few times have I seen people fly the PMDG 737s. So I don't really know. I can't offer any kind of a opinion about that. And I couldn't even begin to say what the differences are between the 600 and the 800. I'm sure there's some maybe some different engine changes, or maybe better avionics. I don't know. But I will admit, I mean, PMDG, I mean, it's a, I guess you could say in a way it's a bit of a cash grab, that you're going to release these different models and you're going to have to pay for each one individually. Are we near Oklahoma City then? Maybe not. Well, let's see if they're on the list. How about that? Not yet. Farther. 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 OKC. That's what we're looking for. Wow, we still must be out quite a bit. Air Force Base. Heard of that place. Okay. Look at, or should say Will Rogers. Let's look for that. Sure I didn't miss it. All right, we're still going along, I guess. Ooh boy, we're drifting far off track here. No, they are pretty expensive, but from what I hear and watching Captain Arish do a flight in the 737, the first one that got released by PMDG, and he's owned PMDG products before, he said they are expensive, but they're worth it. Because they're very well done aircraft. You know, I think they do have a bit of a study level to them. It's not like the A320 that we already have in this sim, that you're gonna hop in and hit a few buttons and go. There's some I'm guessing how realistic you want it to be is entirely up to you. Yeah, I don't know. But they are generally very well developed aircraft. Oh, I was like, what the? I heard this noise all of a sudden. Oh okay. It's just it's just a spider here in the Junkers 52. I heard this strange. What is that? We drifted way off course here. We gotta get. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's at this point, it's probably going to be, well, if the Wasm stuff gets fixed, I'm guessing it would not be until mid to late 2023 before all that stuff would get pushed to the marketplace. Yeah, see, I was really keen on the DC-6. When I saw that, I was like, man, this is going to be fantastic. You know, you got to take some time and, you know, and all that. It's not just a very simple aircraft necessarily. Although I think there's some stuff you can kind of simplify. But I mean, when I looked, like, there was this huge user's manual, and I'm like, wow, okay, this is going to be really in depth, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It you know, it's a good thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's there we go. So we're close. All right. Good stuff. So if we're talking to them now, they should be close enough that we could call in and get our... You would think they'd be on the list. If we're talking to them, why aren't they on the list? That doesn't make any sense. Huh. I know there's a lot of small little airfields around here, so I think that's why there's all these on the list. There it is. Okay. 32. Okay. Finally. Yeah. Alright, so we just got to keep on this heading. So we know we're 32 nautical miles away from our destination. We'll just keep eating into that. We should see the pattern entry as we get closer. We'll go ahead and fly that pattern entry and see how we do with that. I was going to just pass over and try to make up my own entry, but I think the pattern entry, flying that downwind left, that'll give us time to kind of get the aircraft settled, hopefully for approach. I know I've got to bleed off. I know there's got to be some serious altitude reduction here. But it's like it doesn't want to go. Like, you know, it's... There we go. Yeah, I was really looking forward to that. When they announced it earlier in the year for the Xbox, I was like, man, this is going to be fantastic. And, you know, I was like, I like to kind of know how to start the whole thing up and all the switches and everything. And then the whole thing went downhill from there. So, yeah, I don't, and I'm not trying to be negative, so please don't think this, but I don't have a warm fuzzy about the Wasm fix. I just don't. I hope I'm proven wrong, honestly, but I don't have a good feeling that it's going to get done for the Xbox. I think there's other things, you know, for every step forward, it sounds like they've made with it, they find another roadblock in the way, and I just don't know how many more roadblocks Microsoft's going to allow to be removed in order to get the WASM thing to work. There may come a point where they're going to be like, no, we can't do it. But hopefully I'm wrong, honestly. I like to be proven wrong, but we'll see. It's, yeah. As it keeps getting delayed, I have that bad feeling, you know. It's like asking somebody out for a date, and every time you get close to that date, they're like, "Oh, I got to do something else. Something else came up." You know? Well, are we ever going to have this date or not? Yeah. Yeah. Well, but see, I think at least on the PC side, it was probably easier for them to sort those features out than it would be on the Xbox side. But I don't know. We'll see. I've been told before that my attitude was too negative when it came to this whole thing, but I just, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Well, that's the only thing. That's like the closest metaphor I could come up with. You ask somebody out, and you're really keen on them, and they keep, like, yeah, we'll go out, and then you know, like the week before or whatever, you get, like you get the text message, hey, I have to cancel the date tonight, or the date next week because. And after a while, you just feel like, okay, maybe I'm keen on you, and you're not keen on me. you know, I have feelings, but obviously you don't. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I try to joke about it, but it does feel a bit. It's sad in a way. Somebody says in the Discord, oh, Scruffy will be tonight. We'll be on the Crystal Lake scenery. Try to respond. Gotta find a pumpkin. Nature, food, pumpkin. Where is the ghostly pumpkin? I don't see it. Somebody's gonna have to vote, I guess, and I can vote. Alright. Oh. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry. Yeah, there's some words because I have a couple mods, but they're not always here, and I can't always keep a direct eye on the chat. So I had a real problem early on when I started streaming on Twitch that a lot of stuff was being said that I couldn't, keep ahead of. So, but anyway, so yeah, we'll see what happens. But I just, guess I have to, at some point, I think what it is I'm just going to have to accept that until I can get a PC, and I'm hoping before we get to Sim Update 12, if possible. I don't know, but if it's possible, I'm going to try to get a PC before Sim Update 12. Okay. So that I don't have to worry about it. And it is to be a totally different experience from there on. And I think it'll be a much better experience overall for myself and for the viewers. We'll have a lot more available to us. This really... See, I wanted to climb earlier, now I cannot get this thing to start descending. We got some serious amount of altitude to drop before we get there. It's like it doesn't want to. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's my goal, is to have get a PC before we get to that point. Okay, so we must be getting closer. I can see the other line going back to our our DME behind us. I don't quite understand what happened, but it's fine. So, let's see how we do with this pattern entry. I think if I had to guess, that might be our airport right up there in that woods. And of course we got the and then on the 18th, a week after, hopefully Sim Update 11 releases, there will be a Q&A with Jorg and the team. Interesting that they're waiting till a week afterwards to do it, not a week prior. But it is what it is. At least we're getting a Q&A. It might be probably the second to last, or yeah, probably be the second to last, or maybe the last for 2022. I'm wondering. But we'll see. Yeah, we get the weekly update tonight. Well, supposed to be. Sometimes that doesn't go according to plan either. But anyway. So yeah, this is a pretty decent sized airport, and I tried to pick a runway. The runway I picked was supposedly that was the runway that was in use with a headwind for landing. So so we'll see how we get on with this. Kind of feel like the pattern entry is going to be a bit weird, since there's like some of the runways cross each other. So, yeah, that's got to be our airport right there. That looks like an airport layout. That's what it looks like. I could be wrong. Well, thank you, Spider, for flying with me this morning. Really appreciate it. Nice to have somebody in the air with me. Sorry about some of the hiccups we've encountered, folks. At least now we know. This will stay in the hangar for the time being, I think, until there's a update to the aircraft. Okay, there's our pattern entry right there. Let me get comfortable here. Oh, it was really warm. It was rainy yesterday, and it really warmed up, and it's supposed to be cold today. So I got up this morning, was ready for a cold day, and now it's No, it's like it's warmed up. So all right. So we're going to take that left pattern entry right there. We're going to head towards the opening to the pattern entry, and we'll try and get everything set here for touchdown as much as I can. There's no, like I said, there's no. I can go ahead and unlock the tail wheels so that as soon as we're down, we can try to steer the aircraft off the runway to our parking spot. Yeah, there's no. There's not a lot to this, so. Once we get into the pattern entry, I'll be focusing on landing. We'll be wrapping things up for the day. Back tomorrow, 7:10 Eastern, 11:10 UTC, 12:10 UK. The Grumman G-44A departing from Toledo Express, heading down to Brookville, not Brooksville, Brookville Reservoir. Taking off on land and landing on water. So if you want to do that, anybody who wants to fly a floater plane that has wheels and you could take off from an airport, we'll do that. What I find is it's really difficult to depart from water because you're not like station, like you're not up on land and then you can go down in the water and taxi to your takeoff runway, or so yeah, it's not very practical for a stream, but landing on water is a different story. So we'll have a few clouds for the flight tomorrow. So thank you all once again for coming in and hanging out. Nice to see you all here. Appreciate it. Joseph, you don't have to say you're welcome. It's fine. Just being grateful. All right. Well, this didn't go quite according to plan, but that's okay. Sometimes things don't go according to plan, but we made it to our destination. I was getting worried that we were going to not make it to Oklahoma City, especially not using the little navigation map down there. So it wasn't that it was frozen; it was just. The flight plan was all wonky. Oh, nice. Well, thank you, Spider. Appreciate that. Yeah, the Junkers, I think a lot when I'm not streaming. The Junkers, because of its association with wartime Germany, I think has gotten a bad rap still all these years later. But it's what they were, taking that aside, right? If we remove that from the equation, a lot of their aviation related stuff was pretty far ahead of its time, I think. And I think that's why it's fun to fly a plane like that. And again, removing its history or its role in world history and during a very terrible time, but they were able. The stuff that they did were, I think, was amazing for what they were able to accomplish in the 20s. In between the span of World War I and World War II. So yeah, I like flying the Junkers 52. Yeah, it's yeah, I see. I in retrospect, if I think about it now, if I thought if I knew that there's these little that that the flight model does not seem to be where it should be, right? Then I think I would have gone with the classic one with, it's more steam, legitimate steam gauge, but you don't have, that would be more along the lines you take off and you could follow a compass. You got to follow a heading for a certain period of time. So then it's like you got to time it. Have a stopwatch handy that you can say, okay, from here to here it should be about this long of time, and then you turn and go on this heading for this amount of time, and then you should find your destination. Which is possible to do, but it's then it becomes a problem with I was already kind of ignoring the chat anyway, trying to figure out some of the stuff, but then that's a whole nother issue when you're trying to navigate that way and flying a plane that doesn't have like a true autopilot system. Plus you gotta you have to know to stay on track. You're constantly having to make those adjustments. So it's not easy to do and keep an eye on the stream. So well, that's kind of a weird sort of. Huh. Guess this is the way the light's reflecting off of the prop up front there. Alright, so we really gotta drop a little bit more altitude here. Alright, trim to 0 and then we'll Alright folks, here goes nothing. Alright, let me focus on this and I'll catch up with the chat once I'm on the ground. Thank you. Everybody prepare for crash landing just on the off chance. Bex, hold on to your coffee if you're drinking coffee right now, if you're still here. Hello, Mick. Just glance over real quick. I saw something pop up. Yep, we're just getting ready to land here. We've had a bit of a wonky flight. The flight plan didn't go according to plan. So we're in this bit of a strange Junkers F13. That's the plane. That's what it looks like right there. So yeah, we're getting ready to put it on the ground here, hopefully nice and safely. We'll see. Somebody hold Joseph's hand so he doesn't get nervous. He's scarred, Joseph. Coming in over Oklahoma City here. Will Rogers Airport. I'm worried that if Joseph holds on to his cat too tightly, the cat's going to give him a what for across his face with the claws. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can do this. Here we go. Landing on unlucky 13. What could go wrong, huh? You know, I'm almost half. You know what we might do, just for a giggle. I'm half. You know what? You know what? We got a little bit of time, right? Who's got time? Anybody got time? I got time. We got time. It's only Thursday. It's not Friday. We got time. Let's go. Let's go over to the Bay Area and insult the Oakland Bay Bridge and the Golden Gate Bridge in an F-14. I like that idea. Let's go do that. Let's go have some fun. Let's go invert it over to the Bay, over San Francisco. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just have a bit of fun here. And we'll land over there at SFO in the F-14 once we're done having a bit of fun. Still feel like I'm coming in too slow. Okay, finally slowed down. Get the nose up a little bit. Come on, settle down, settle down, settle down. Here it comes. Little bump coming up. Right there. Hey, we made it. We didn't crash. Woohoo! I like it. Yeah. Oop. Let's see, I make it, and then hey, we didn't crash. We didn't nose over or anything. Through the parking, please, and thank you. I don't know where that is, so okay. Saying go that way. Yeah, but they are a bit sharp. Yeah, I would agree, Mick. Let me get off the runway so Spider can land in the Junkers F13 behind me. There you go. Runway is clear. Hey, Sergeant Staff, how are you? Nice to see you here. You just missed the first time landing here in the Junkers F13. This is the replica model. Bit of a strange flight model. It's not what. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we're gonna go have a bit of fun over in San Francisco here. Once we park this, I'm going to hop in the F-14. We're going to take off from Moffett and turn and burn over San Francisco for a few minutes, and then we'll wrap things up. Yeah, but yeah, it's a bit strange. I kind of feel like this is another one of those aircraft that's going to need a bit of a fix on the flight model and all that. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. So this is another leg of the Route 66. This is supposed to be done a week or so ago, and when I had that CTD, I canceled flight simming for a few days just to see if hopefully. And when I flew with Scruffy earlier in the week, things seemed to be a lot better, so we got back into it. So just trying to catch up on some flight plans that I had already created and just needed, or just getting them done now. Excuse me. Here, spider. Yep, I hear the Junkers 52. Oh, well, I appreciate it, Sergeant Staff. Nice to see you. Looking forward to some more of your flights over there over the Great Lakes with some more of the sunken ships. Hearing about all that. That's really awesome stuff. Really enjoy that. I think flying in the Junkers, if you fly this, you kind of know about you can kind of expect that flat approach coming in. Otherwise, just to kind of help you dump off some speed before you set down. So yeah, I think that prepared me a bit. Oh, nice. That prepared me for flying this, I think. A lot of the tail draggers, you gotta kind of have to come in flat, it seems. Where's our parking spot at? Oh, there it is over there. Okay. Well, welcome to Will Rogers Airport, everybody. Local time is 7:42 in the morning. I think there's only an hour behind still. We understand, appreciate that it's Thursday. It's Thirsty Day. There you go. It's Thirsty Day. And we're glad that you chose to drink your hot or cold beverage with us as we flew in this strange-looking Junkers F13. Stay tuned for just a moment. We're going to hop in the F-14 and go blasting the... Yeah. His Route 66 stuff is... He's got all the slideshows, which is kind of hard for me to do since I'm on the Xbox. If I was on the PC, it'd be a different story. But yeah, that's a lot of work to do. So yeah, stay tuned. We're going to go have some fun in the Bay Area real quick. See if we can irritate the Bay Area in the F-14. Bex is probably like, oh no, he's gonna do that silly stuff again. He's gonna try to make me sick. All right, take care, Sergeant Staff. Nice to see you. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll catch up with you later. Of course, there's no ground crew to greet us here. He's probably still asleep. Alright, there we go. Ooh, that ended quicker than I thought it would. Alright, let me do this real quick in FS Hub. Let me put my hours in, and then we'll change over an aircraft. I don't think the Junkers F13 is on the list yet here on Firefly Air. I don't think it was. I just might have to put we'll just put that for right now. And that was KTOL 1121 arriving at KOKC. It's 12:32. Submit. All right. Okay, so let's go back here. Alrighty, folks. Yeah, let's go have a little bit of fun before we wrap things up for the day. Kind of make up for the little bit of strange shenanigans there in the F-13. So we're going to go from the F-13 to the F-14. Oops, that's not what I wanted. All right. Let's see, now I'm all over the place. Scroll up. It is right. Yeah, there we go. And we want the, since it's specific, we'll do the Sundowners. No, you know what? No, we always got it. We got to go with the Jolly Rogers. There we go. Zipping across the rest of America here. Let me find my. There it is. We'll go right there. Depart. We'll get the time reset here. Sorry, Spider, if you're still catching up or whatever. I didn't, because normally when I do the shutdown, it'll turn off the engine, then I have to hit the battery, but apparently it shut everything down in one fell swoop, so. All right, I'll get this thing started up. I'll have to adjust the time. Should be like, no, it should be like 5:20. Let's go real time. Yeah, 5:47. There we go. There we go. That should be sufficient. Here comes the tingles. Wait a minute, why is it throttling? Oh, wait a minute. No, 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 no. It shouldn't do that. I've never seen that before. Why did it throttle? Huh, okay. Here it comes. Ooh, get the tingles. Wow, that's new. That's never happened before. Hold on a second. Let's restart that. I've never seen the throttle go up like that automatically on its own. Hold on. Something wasn't right. That's for sure. That's new. Hmm. All right, there we go. Now it's working. I think I gotta unfold the wings after I get the engine started up. we go. That's better. That's correct. That's much more gooder. All right, so we're going to depart once we taxi out, and we're going to hang a hard left, make a beeline for the San Francisco Bay Bridge. We're going to try to squeeze under there. We're going to try. I think we can do it. I've done it a couple times. And then we're going to hug the waterfront there, make a beeline for the Golden Gate Bridge, fly under that, come back around, fly under the or fly over Alcatraz. Oh, I already know where we're going. Ooh, we got to get our lights on too. Helps when you know Moffett Airfield. You have to think about which way you're going to go. Altimeter should already be set. Just make sure. Ooh, let me throw some fuel in the tank while we're taxiing. Probably not the right thing to do, but otherwise we'll burn up a lot of that fuel. Oh. All right, fair enough. Yeah, I think there's a mod on the PC side where you can get weapons showing on this, but on the Xbox side we cannot. Just like there's a free update coming from Parallel 42, the Crystal Lake camp from the Friday the 13th series. We can't get that on the Xbox because it's too violent, apparently. So, yeah. Good times, good times. Alright, now we get the... So what we're going to do is, once we take off, we're going to go over the Dumbarton Bridge, then the San Mateo Bridge, and then we should have the Oakland Bay Bridge in sight. We're not even going to stop and wait. Let's go. Oh, I don't know why it does that. Oh, great. I don't know why it does that. I'm sorry that it's reading over itself. That's gonna annoy me. Hold on, folks. I gotta turn that off. Sorry. Where's the ATC voice? Off. And of course, it's not gonna. All right, there's Dumbarton. All right. All right, now I think it finally stopped. All right, so we passed over Dumbarton. The San Mateo Bridge should be coming up, and then it's a quick. I can already see the San Francisco Bay Bridge. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and try to get a little bit lower here. So I'm going to aim. I'm going to try to squeeze under the bridge to the left of that pillar. Where's the... did we already fly over San Mateo? Maybe we did because I was trying to get the... Maybe we did already fly over San Mateo. Because that should be... SFO should be... Right, yep, right over there. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can get... I'm going to try for the... a little bit closer to the waterfront there. There we go. So yeah, it's really weird because it seems like the water is much lower. You know, like there's not a lot of space there. I don't know if that's supposed to simulate the tide being in. I don't know. See, it's... When I've done it before, it seems like the water was lower. I don't know. Do a stunt. Let's see if we can make our pilot black out. How about that for a stunt? No, can't make them black out. Ooh. Trying to get them to doze over, but oh. Uh-oh. I think we stalled the plane. Ooh, I think we did. There you go. How about that for a stunt? Is that good enough for you there, Joseph? We stalled the plane. And we're able to get it to recover. All right, let's fly upside down over the bay. Let's fly upside down over San Francisco. Ooh, no! Bad time to eject. Yeah, that would definitely be a bad time to eject. Let's go back over and buzz Alcatraz here. I didn't think I was going to recover from that, to be honest. I thought for sure we were going to crash. Oh boy. Where else can Joseph giggle like this? What other stream is Joseph gonna watch where he giggles this much? Right, there's Alcatraz right there. Yep, it was. Yeah, I didn't try to. I was trying to climb out from under the Golden Gate Bridge, and then it went straight up, and I'm like, uh-oh. So I was trying to nose it back over to get it to settle, and it wouldn't. It just kept going, and then all of a sudden I throttled back to try to get it to settle down a little bit, but then all of a sudden the engine stalled. So I think we were going at too steep of an angle climbing up, and then we of course. Then I saw the warnings, and I'm like, uh-oh, we might have stalled, but I throttled it back up. But so we should be near SFO, I think. Getting close to it. Oh, better pay attention to what I'm doing here. All right. Now that Bex has probably turned 3 shades of green. All right, there's SFO. Let's call in. Say, can we land? Oh, okay. I can't even call in to land. Okay. Hold on, folks. Let me turn that back on. Oh. All right. All right, we're going to come back around again. I don't know why we're talking about Salinas. I didn't put in a flight plan for Salinas. I will come back around here. Sorry about that, folks. I might as well go to Salinas. They're giving us Salinas information, so might as well. It wouldn't be a very long trip to Salinas, really. Maybe they want us to go to Salinas. Maybe they're like, hey, let's get this F4. You know what? Let's honor their wish. We're going to go to Salinas. Screw it. Let's go give Salinas what they want. We're going to go give Salinas an F-14. All right, once we're near there, there's Moffett, where the real pilot is at. That should be San Jose International or Mineta, San Jose. Let's go invert it over San Jose, huh? Where are we? There's Moffett right there. There's San Jose Mineta right there. It looks like that plane's like frozen in midair. I wonder if the server's a little bit jacked up here. Looking for that airport to pop up. Oh, I know where sleep. Oh, okay. I'm thinking I'm thinking Gilroy. Yeah, it's not a far run to Salinas. Let's go. That's out by Monterey. I don't know why I was thinking Gilroy. Alright. Yeah, that's still not a far run to go. Let's go near the Monterey Bay area. Matter of fact, let's go out. Let's go out over the Pacific now. Let's get along the coast there. I apologize, folks. I know that's getting irritating. I don't know why it does that. That seems to be a problem departing out of Moffett. That it comes up with this. It continues to go talking about Salinas. And I thought I could, like, tune it out. Yeah, see, it just continues to go. Well, I can't even, like, lower the volume on it. Oh, there we go. So even like tuning in. Oh, somebody else is in an F-14. Who's with me? Who's flying with me? Somebody else is flying in an F-14. Who might that be? Anybody want to say? Yes, no, maybe? Whoever's doing it, they're doing a great job with the formation flying. Bex, is that you flying next to me? Sue, is it you? Addies, it can't be you. Is it you, Addies? All right, we're giving Salinas what they want. They want to keep talking. We're gonna land there. Might be Bex. Yeah. I think if Bex was flying this, Bex would have probably made herself sick. Might be Mick. I can't see the name. Well, hold on a second. Maybe I can. Let's see who's here. Kapustik. Is it Kapustik? Is that you, Kapustik? Did you hop in? It might be Kapustik. can't see the... Yep, it is Kapustik. Ah, ha, ha. Hello, Kapustik. How are you? Nice to see you. Addies, can we land on the mountain here? What do you think? I don't think Mick has the F-14. I know he has the F-18. But yeah, it's Kapustik. Hello, Kapustik. Nice to see you. We gotta fly through this mountain. Addies, can we fly through the mountain? Is that okay? Should I fly through the mountain? You know, I know Mick probably doesn't have the patience for it. He could, maybe he does. I don't know. But I'd be curious to see if he could teach Bex how to fly in the flight sim. Go for it. No, I'm not gonna try to fly through the mountain, Joseph. I was kidding, of course. I think I already did enough crazy stunts for one day. For today. Freaking stalling the aircraft, getting the engines to restart, even though I didn't do like a whole restart, but man. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see if Mick can teach you how to fly in the flight sim, Bex. And put you in one of them 747s and get you to take off and fly. I think that'd be an interesting stream to watch. I'd watch that. Mick teaches Bex how to fly in the flight sim. I think Acoustic's right next to me. Alright, here we go. Well, I got enough fuel. You reckon I should just go inverted over the airfield and then come back around again? He didn't have much luck teaching Bex how to play FIFA, so I don't know if he'd have any luck teaching her how to fly in the flight sim. Ooh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh boy, this is gonna be a rough landing. I came in way too. Oh, we're gonna run out of runway. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're gonna make it. We got this. Look at that. Made it. Ah. Woo! Almost ran out of runway. Made it all the way to the end there. We'll just make our own parking spots here, acoustic. So we even land, and they're still talking to us about. My goodness. All right, let's get this thing to be quiet. There we go. Oh my goodness. Well, that will definitely do it for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you, Kapustik, for popping in and flying a bit with me. That was unexpected, but nice to see you, as always. Nice to have another F-14 along for the flight. Ooh, you know what? Hold on a second. If Kapustik's still here, is he? Yep. I hear him. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Let's get a picture real quick. 2 Jolly Rogers here in Salinas, California. Can't go wrong with that. There we go. That's a good shot right there. You're welcome, Joseph. It's okay. You don't have to be all tender. It's only Thursday. There we go. Yeah, you can't go wrong with 2 Jolly Rogers F-14s here in the Bay Area. Well below the South Bay. Monterey's over that away. Anyway, now that'll do it. Anyway, thank you all once again for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:10 Eastern, 11:10 UTC, 12:10 UK in the G44A. Should be a nice flight tomorrow. And then we'll have, so we'll take off on land on water. Yeah, thank you, Spider. Thank you, Bex. So taking off on land, landing on water. I know that sounds kind of weird, but it's just how I got to say it. So 7:10 Eastern, 11:10 UTC, 12:10 UK. Do enjoy the rest of your Thursday morning, afternoon, evening, early Friday. You know those time zones, they can always trick you. You got to pay attention. I have been and always shall be your host, Uncle B. Until tomorrow, peace, live long and prosper. See you all on the farm.